Hello friends, let's try another string program. Get the longest palindromic substring. So we'll be given an input string and we have to find the substring which is palindromic, also the longest one. For example, if we have a string say step on no pets, which is a palindromic string, and we have some garbage here, so we'll get the palindromic string as output. That is the longest one. If there will be any alternate substrings, alternate palindromes as well, so we'll get the longest palindromic substring. So we'll solve this in two ways. One using recursion, and one is the regular iterative way. Uh, so let's start. So first let's check the best cases. If s equals to empty, or s equals to length of s star s of 0. Written s. So here we're checking if the string is empty, or if the string is repeated repetition of any specific character, then we are returning that string. So that next we'll check if the whole string is palindrome. If s equals to s, so to check, then s, and the next thing we'll have is else part here. uh, since this is a recursion method, we'll call the recursion we'll call the same method, but what we'll do is we'll pass the string and also we'll pass, let's get the max out of these two. S1 s colon -1 and key equals to length. Will return. Let's test. Here we're getting a required output. Let's test our input string. Since it's a long string, it's taking a bit time. We'll also write the iterative approach. Here, first we'll keep the same cases. Next on else, we'll take uh, a variable current marks, and for initializing, we'll take the first character of the string and the length of 1, and then we'll start our loop here for I in range of length s, and then we'll keep another loop variable. This time we'll start with the reverse order. So j in range, we'll start from length of s, we'll check till 0, and our steps will be -1. So basically this is a reverse loop. Let me show it on an example. Forgot to print check. So this is a reverse loop, and if you are doing only this, we'll print from 0 to 5. 0 to 5, and if you are putting it in range and checking till 0 and starting with -1, it'll print 5 4 3 2 1, which will also the string also the will be help us to traverse the string from backwards. Okay, let's take a variable w. W is for window, so our window is be I colon j. Now we'll check if w is palindrome. If w equals to w colon colon -1, let's put one more check here, and length of w greater than our current length, then cm, our current max would be w, and our length would be length of w. And once outside the loop will return cm, which is our max. Our previous example also already given output. Let's test our new method, which is the iterative method. Just for your reference, our first method is get longest palindromic substring, and the second method is get longest palindrome. Let's try with a small example. Okay, we haven't executed this yet. if we have slight indentation error, let's fix it, execute it once again. We have one more at else. Okay, let's try to add some extra words on the beginning and retry. Yeah, we're still getting it. Let's try our original input. Step 1, no pets. As you can see, we are getting the output immediately. Uh, we can do another thing here. We can, since we have two methods, we can test which method takes the less time. So to do that, we can write a decorator method and test the function execution time. So let's try that. Take func time. We'll take a func. We'll define an inner method. We can define it as a wrapper as well, which will take star args and star star kwargs. Basically, star args and star star kwargs covers all the inputs. Sorry, we'll still have we'll need to, since we are want to calculate the time, we'll import the corresponding module. Time import time. Let's import that time. We can define a variable start and put that time dot now, and then return value or result would be func, and we'll pass all the arguments here: star args, star star kwargs, and end will be datetime dot now, and we'll print our time taken. Took, execute, format, and pass the variable. We'll pass the function name, func name, and we'll pass the difference, which will be end minus start, and we'll return the result, return value, and we'll return the wrapper. So let's test it. We'll put, since it's a decorator method, we'll add the decorator to our method. We have a small, we have WRAPPER, we have a slight error. Let's fix it. Sorry. Yeah, okay. Now let's retry. Yeah. Okay, let's test. Uh, Now we can see our latest method is taking 0.0000 to execute. Let's check the same on the original method. But since our original method is running on recursion, let's write a driver method which will call our previous method, and we'll put the decorator on top. we'll get the result here, rv, and print the result. And we'll call this method, we have defined it, and we'll call this method some error. Okay, we don't need any input since we are passing on the value directly here. It's now executing. It's now executing the recursive method, which is passing passing the string from passing the same string by striping one character from beginning and one character from the end and comparing the max out of that. And our iterative method, which takes a variable to come and window using two for each loops to compare which one is the largest palindrome. And remove the extra spaces around. So our newest method is returning our result almost immediately, but our new method, our older method, which is on the recursive method, is taking too much time to get the result. Still executing, still going on. It completed with the same input. It took around 1 minute 35 seconds to execute, whereas our latest method, which is the iterative method, is giving us the result almost immediately. Thank you for watching.